Get out of here! We don't have place for customers like you.
An open palm cracked across her cheek. The small store froze. Shoppers gasped, but stayed silent. Only her eyes, steady, unbroken, moved. No one knew that in less than 2 minutes, the woman everyone ignored would stand taller than the entire management team combined. The fluorescent lights hummed over aisles lined with discounted goods. But in that moment, everything stopped. A store manager, face red with anger, had just struck an elderly black woman near the service counter. Her head tilted from the blow, yet her spine stayed straight. The sting burned, but her eyes held a calm no one else could understand. Bystanders froze, caught between shock and fear. A mother gripped her child's hand tighter. A young cashier lowered his eyes, ashamed. The manager's voice still trembled with frustration, but beneath his anger lurked panic. Something in her silence unsettled him. Her name was Evelyn Parker. At 72, she had more scars inside than any mark on her skin. Decades ago, she had led emergency medical teams into war zones, pulling strangers from burning rubble. She had treated soldiers, civilians, and children alike. She had learned that quiet resolve could outlast chaos. Now, standing in a grocery store in her hometown, she felt the same ache she had felt on battlefields, the ache of watching people hesitate when it was time to do what's right. She smelled the faint tang of bleach on the tiles, heard the nervous shifting of feet, and felt the warmth of her own blood rushing beneath her palm where the slap had landed. Inside, memories flickered. Sandstorms, sirens, the weight of broken bodies she had carried to safety. She remembered the promise she made after her last mission. "I will never let silence be weakness." She had kept that promise in ways no one here could guess. The manager barked an order for her to leave. No one moved to help. The assistant managers watched with folded arms. Evelyn adjusted her glasses, her hands steady. She said nothing, but she reached slowly into her worn leather bag. In that bag rested not a weapon, but a badge. One not of law enforcement, but of ownership. For 20 years, she had built community health centers across the state. 2 years ago, she had quietly purchased this entire chain of stores after it teetered on bankruptcy. To everyone else, she was just another customer. In truth, every person in this building worked on her payroll. She placed a single sheet of paper on the counter. Her name signed at the bottom glowed beneath the harsh lights. The manager's face drained of color as he read. His voice cracked. "You own this place?" Evelyn's eyes stayed on him, calm and steady. Her voice, soft but unshakable, broke the silence. "Dignity is not a favor. It's a right." Those words cut through the room like a bell. The assistant managers stepped back. Shoppers straightened, their shame turning to quiet awe. Without raising her voice, Evelyn called the regional HR director on speakerphone. Her words were simple, deliberate. "Effective immediately, the current management team is relieved of duty. Security will escort them out. Every employee who stood silent out of fear will keep their job. Training begins tomorrow. No shouting, no drama. Only action." The manager's badge clattered to the floor as security approached. He tried to protest, but Evelyn's silence was heavier than his excuses. A young cashier whispered, "She saved us." Evelyn turned to the crowd. "Respect costs nothing," she said, "but losing it can cost everything." People began to clap, not the wild applause of a show, but the steady rhythm of recognition. In that small store, something shifted. The customers who had looked away now looked at her with pride. She picked up her bag and walked out, the afternoon sun warm on her face. The sting on her cheek had faded, replaced by the steady pulse of justice served. She knew the store would not be the same again, not because she owned it, but because she had reminded everyone inside that silent strength is not weakness. Stories like Evelyn's remind us that respect and dignity are non-negotiable. Silent strength can change everything without a single raised voice. Where are you watching from? Share your thoughts about silent heroes like Evelyn in the comments, and subscribe for more true-to-life stories of quiet courage and justice.